Hi and welcome to another episode of Latif's Inspired. Today I'm going to be showing you a very simple but very classic and very popular starter in the restaurant as well as the takeaways, the Chana Chaat on Puree. Now the Puree is the sort of bread which is pan fried, and the Chana, which is the chickpea with a nice little masala sort of sitting on top with some lovely dressing. It's got that little bit of tangy sourness as well as the spice. So it's going to be very nice and very simple for you guys to follow at home. So I'll follow this recipe and you'll have a fantastic dish at home. Right, I have my ingredients laid out. So self-raising flour, tamarind sauce, yogurt, tomatoes, coriander, red onion, green chilies, can of chickpea, the water and the chickpea, salt, chopped tomatoes, cumin, onions, oil, ginger garlic. I'm using 1 cup of self-raising flour. Hopefully this will help it puff up. Add a pinch of salt, 1 tablespoon of just oil. This should create nice soft elasticity, and now I'm going to give this a nice little mix. Right, I'll add some water. You just want to form a dough. That was about a cup of water. Right, that's been mixed thoroughly. It's kind of sticky as you can see. So what I'm going to do, add some flour. Very sticky. There you go. Now I can handle it a bit better. It's a nice soft texture. So once you knead it like this and you've got the flour, just helps it from preventing it sticking everywhere. Now I'm just going to ask my mom just to oil this here so I can stick it back here. Hotel. So that was good 5 minutes of kneading. It's nice and soft. Tell this one, tell this one, go. Easy. So she's oiled it up over here for me. So all I'm going to do is whack this here. I'll stick some cling film on, let it rest, and we're going to start cooking the chickpea. And once the chickpea is ready, we're going to portion this out and make the puree bread. So I'm going to wrap some cling film up. Bismillah. Right, so I'm going to use some just vegetable oil. 1, 2, 3, 4 tablespoons of vegetable oil. Right, these are cumin seeds. I'm using 2 pinches. I like a nice little nutty, earthy flavour. So you can use a teaspoon if you want. If you want to use less, just 1 pinch will be fine. It's on high gas at the moment. If you're in an electric hob, put it on high. When you start hearing it sort of crackle, that's when we're going to add the onions. So the cumin is beautifully caramelizing in there. Now I'm going to use 1.5 onions just chopped up, which is about 105 grams. Now what I'm going to do, this is about 1 teaspoon of garlic and 1 teaspoon of ginger, which is about 6 grams each. Now what I'm going to do, reduce the gas down to low, sort of medium low. I just want the onions to soften up, not get that burnt. So when it's too caramelized, it has a slight bitter taste, which you don't want. So I'm going to add some salt. This is half a teaspoon. I'm going to use a masala called Chaat masala, which has got like celery salt, black salt and so on. So you don't want this to be too salty. So it's half a teaspoon of just normal salt, cooking salt. And what this should do as well, it should help the liquid from the onions release. So put my lid on and let this sweat away for about 5 minutes. Right, it's been about 4 minutes. Softened up beautifully. There you go. That's the consistency. By that time, the rawness of the ginger and garlic is gone as well. So now I'm going to add the seasoning. 1 teaspoon of coriander powder, ground coriander that is. 1 teaspoon of curry powder. Now normally you guys ask me which one do I use. I normally recommend the East End brand, although I make my own in the restaurant, but this is for home, so I just buy the East End brand. Half a teaspoon of turmeric for a nice colour and flavour, and half a teaspoon of chilli powder. Now if you want it really spicy you can do, but I'm going to use fresh green chilies later, so I don't need to. This is just more purely for flavour. So this should create subtle flavours for this dish. Let the spices awaken in the oil. Smells beautiful. Now this is fresh tomatoes, 1.5 tomatoes, which is about 110 grams. It's diced up nice and small or chunky, no problem. What this is going to do is just build a nice thickness to it, to the sauce that is. So now put the gas up onto a medium high. So people with electric, put it up same time, not too high. You just want the tomatoes just to soften up. Put a lid on, that generates the nice heat and the steam, and that should soften out beautifully. Give that a couple of minutes and I'll come back to it. It's a couple of minutes just been cooking away. Now this is 1 can of chickpea drained. It's going to be for me and my mum for 2 person, which is fine. I'm going to use some of this water. So here's my tablespoon. That's about 4 tablespoons of the chickpea drained water, which is a salted water. Now for people at home who's got base gravy, you can add some base gravy at this moment, just to soften up all the onions, the tomatoes and everything, so it becomes nice and soft. Now I'm going to put the gas down to about low. Put a lid on, give that 2 more minutes. Right, it's been a few more minutes. Smells absolutely divine. That's the consistency you want. So like a nice thick gravy kind of thing. So this is 1 can of chickpea which has been drained. So what I'm going to do now is put the gas back to medium gas, and what I want is, this is boonering the chickpeas, so what I'm going to want is the masala to thicken up a little bit more, and there's no liquid in it. I can see the oil seeping on the sides. That's when I know the masala and everything's cooked. So this will be a further few more minutes. So let that do its magic. There you go, if you can see the oil, the masala has thickened up beautifully. Now this is the remainder of the tinned salted water. It's all about flavour. Use as much flavour as possible. So I kept the salt low beforehand because of this. So what I want to happen is I want the sauce to reduce back down to how it was before. So all that flavour penetrates into the chickpeas. This is key, this is essential. You must do this to get some maximum flavour out of the chickpeas. So now, put a lid on, and the gas is on a medium. Let this simmer down until it goes back to the consistency how I desired. So nice thick sauce. So it's been a few minutes since I've added that brine water. Beautiful, look at that. Always talk about this custard kind of consistency. There you go, it's bubbling up. It's not exactly there how I want it. So I'm nearly there. Just one more minute, I think. Beautiful. So that was my little close-up, guys. There you go. Smells absolutely divine. You can check the salt if you want, but like I said, it's already salted, it's flavoured enough. And we're going to use the Chaat masala, which is going to have an absolutely gorgeous flavour. So that's ready. Turn the gas off. And now I'm going to make the puree. So the dough's been resting while I've made the chickpea. Right, I'm going to portion this out. Put some dust down so you don't stick. There you go. Beautiful. Now onto the rolling. Beshi no rolling na ঠিক আছে. ঠিক আছে. So my mum just rolling it out. So this should look like a chapati. So similar size to a chapati, and then all we're going to do is just fry it. There you go, guys. Put some flour at the bottom and keep the flour on the top so it doesn't stick to your rolling pin. And form it to a nice size. And then we're going to whack this in hot oil. So it's nice and hot. It's got a slight little crisp. Now you know it's ready. Be careful when you're turning it. I made these pretty massive. You can make it smaller. Right, so when I'm plating up, so get your puree bread. There you go. This is the chickpeas. You got a nice thick sauce, not a runny sauce or anything. Plenty there. Just got some nice Greek yogurt. It's about 2 teaspoons there. Some red onion. Let's have a nice crunch and a spice to it. Green chilies. Diced tomatoes. Right, now I'm going to use the chaat masala. This has got that tangy, spicy element to it. So I've got 1 teaspoon. Sprinkle it all over. That's a bit enough there. Now this is tamarind sauce. There you go. You can get this from any supermarkets. You can use any brand, but it has to be a tamarind sauce, or you can make your own. Just gonna build that sour element to it. Fresh coriander. Wedge of lemon. I love a lovely zingy, zesty lemon flavour, the acidity. Squeeze the life out of that. Hope you've enjoyed this Chana Chaat masala on Puree. Absolutely gorgeous, look at that. Beautiful. Lovely spices, tamarind, yogurt, chaat masala, fresh tomatoes, onions, coriander. Absolutely gorgeous. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe to this lovely channel, and see you soon for future videos. Thank you very much, and don't forget to join me on Instagram and my Facebook page. Beautiful.